Welcome, guys, to Myndscapepodcast. My name is Anas with my wife and co-host Candy. I want to thank all the new subscribers. We have a few subscribers join the movement. Hopefully,
Great.
you guys get to enjoy and learn something from the podcast. Before we get this podcast going, I want you guys go ahead and like and subscribe and comment and share with friends and stuff like that. You help us out a whole lot.
Oh, yeah.
And we are cooking some new things for you guys. Coming soon. Just stay tuned and subscribe so you can see what's coming.
Yeah. You know, I wanted to like dedicate this podcast to talk about something like disturbing that I saw yesterday, which I shared with you.
Mm-hmm.
So we were at the coffee shop. I was in line. There was a young girl. When I saw her, I looked in her direction because she was ordering.
Yeah.
She was wearing nothing but like a bra, what seemed like a bra, or like a shirt, like a tank top that you cut.
Yeah.
And it's only covering their chest, very thin, very see-through. And her, you know, her little belly was sticking out or whatever. And I was like thinking, like, what are you wearing? Whatever. Mind my business. I'm looking at what I'm gonna order, and then I turn around. I'm like, oh, she's still ordering. And she kind of turns around and looks at her friend, and I realize she's a very, very young child.
Wow. How old you might think?
I would say less than 13 years old for sure.
Yeah, like 12, 11.
Yeah, I think
say.
13 max. And she was wearing shorts, like really these jean shorts. And there was this gentleman in front of me. I don't know why. I was just analyzing the people. So there's this gentleman in front of me where he just kept looking down, and I can tell he was highly uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable, and I'm a woman. I can tell he was highly uncomfortable. He was wearing a hat, and he just kind of kept like this, you know, on his phone, like tucked in. He was like super tucked in into himself, you know, avoiding. And when he would try to see if she was done, he just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was like, wow, that's wild. You know what I mean? And then I kind of looked around to see, where are your parents? Her parents were nowhere to be around. She was with another friend that seemed a little bit older, but she was wearing the exact same thing, except the friend was wearing like an actual bathing suit with some shorts. Now, we do live in the desert. It is hot. I get that.
But yesterday
However,
wasn't too hot.
It wasn't too hot. And
It
I
was
don't
a bit of
think,
warm
even
day,
if
but-
it's 115 degrees, I don't think that's acceptable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's very young. And long story short, we walked to the coffee shop, and, you know, we walked back home. On our way back home, we saw that they started walking too by themselves, which I was even more mortified. You know what I mean? They're dressed like that. They're by themselves.
Walking in through the bridge, which is lonely. You know what I'm saying?
And you know,
There's not too many
we
people
live on
walking.
the outskirts of the city. You know, we live on the edge of the city. So it really broke my heart. I couldn't really process it. I had a hard time processing that. I just couldn't understand, where are their parents? Why would their parents let them walk out the door? Do their parents even know they're dressed like that? With that even said,
I think so.
With that being said, though, we've gone to like Costco, we've gone to like Sam's Club, and I've seen kids younger than her dressed in a similar fashion with their parents.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, we've been in a lot of different places. We've seen that, those kind of things like that, you know, it's kind of common to see them even with their parents. Okay, so before we keep going with this conversation, what shop you were again?
We were at a coffee shop.
Oh, yeah. So get your coffee.
Yeah.
Almost forgot about the coffee. So make sure, guys, get your coffee, chill out, you know, sit in the back. I think we call it.
Or your tea if you don't drink coffee, because I'm a big fan of matcha as well. I love coffee, but I noticed that matcha sits well with me more than coffee right now that I'm breastfeeding.
Yeah, no, exactly. When I say get your coffee, it's not necessary. Get your coffee. Get
coffee or tea.
Tea, you know.
Lemonade.
Lemonade. Anything to sip on while we talking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and get some popcorn probably also, right?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that we are dropping this very long podcast. So hopefully we can keep this one maybe in 45 minutes for you guys. So that way maybe you guys can watch the whole entire thing. So Okay, and yeah, so I was with you. I saw a little
Yes.
bit, and I was very uncomfortable also. You know what I'm saying? Because it just I mean, you're on in the shop or whatever. You want to look around. You want to see what's
Yes.
what's around you or whatever. Anytime you look on that side, you see that little child. Wearing what they are wearing, and I'm just like I'm it makes I can't look on that side. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because maybe some another weirdo looking from far away and seeing me or seeing that other person, you know what I'm saying? Just, I mean, you're free to look around you, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh my God, look, that guy, he's looking over there to that girl or something. And then it's kind of like someone looking at you some kind of like a weird way, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you looked, but those children's, they are
And she's
literally,
at the register in front of the menu.
yeah.
It's like, how do you?
How are you gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So my question is like, whose fault is it?
So I definitely think it's the guardian, the parent, whoever takes care of the child. I think it's their fault because they need to make sure that their child dresses appropriately. They need to make sure that their child is safe. Now, we don't live in a world where everyone follows the law and everyone's a law abiding,
Yeah.
morally correct citizen.
Uh-huh.
I've always learned we cannot control other people's actions, but we can control our own actions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, as a parent, I can like instill these like, what do you call it? These rules
Yeah.
and this knowledge into my child and let my child know, you know what? Unfortunately, we live in this world where I hate to use this word. You may be objectified if you use that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A pedophile may look at you.
Yeah.
You may, you know what I mean? You risk going through some negative events if you dress this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's sad. Yeah, it is sad that we have to think that way. But I mean, at the end of the day, we are in this world. We're living in it. What can we do? We can't change it.
This is the reality, yeah.
One person cannot change it. We have to change it collectively, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. So as a parent, you have to protect your child. Do it for your child's safety. Mm-hmm. She's not going to die. She's not going to miss out on anything if she doesn't dress like,
Yeah.
like a HOOKER. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
a hooker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I blame the parents.
Yeah,
Now, if it was like a 15-year-old, I'm like, okay, you should know better. You know what I mean? But again, if the parents don't educate the child the way it should be, then I also don't blame the kids because they normalize it.
They normalize a pretty good pretty good way to say it. They normalize it very, very good, and now even the parents, they can't even see nothing wrong with that. But for me, I think when you do that to your child, which is very innocent child, you know what I'm saying? There is a psychos, and there is people are sick with this kind of mentality, or they have this desire with children or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now, when you allowing your children to wear certain clothing, you are making those children more attractive to those psychos on the streets, you know what I'm saying? And now you're making your kids become a target. So can someone, obviously, I mean, we've seen that, in documentaries and stuff like that, people be following those children's, being, what they call it when someone...
A map?
No, when someone following you everywhere.
A stalker?
A stalker for your children. And when they get the chance, he's going to do what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And again... it's the parents' fault, you know what I'm saying? Because because we all know that these people are like this, right?
Yes.
So the best way to minimize the damage or or anything like that, not making your kids as a target, it's make them to dress as a kids.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we all know how kids should be wearing. You know what I'm saying? I think the clothes that we saw yesterday, that's kind of like an adult clothes in a very young body.
Yeah.
Right?
It's an adult outfit for sure.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's sometimes too, this kids, they get inspiration from the mother, from the auntie, the older sister,
Social media,
the neighbors and everybody, you know, seeing all these naked ladies walking around. They're like, what? They look nice and hot, whatever. And social media now, a lot of people, you know, there is a lot of content that the kids shouldn't be watching or seeing. They are seeing it in very young age. And obviously they think it's lit, you know?
Yeah.
But again, it's sad to say it again. You are making your kids as a target to do psychos, you
Yeah.
know? So if you want to your kids to skip this word of psychos, you know, not your kids not being targeted by this pedophile or whatever you want to call them, you know, is to not allow your kids to wear certain things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You maybe at the house is fine, you know,
Yeah.
but not outside, you know. An example for the lady yesterday, there is no pool. It's just like a normal street coffee shop, but it's a plaza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is nothing. It's not a pool area to like quote unquote to justify.
Yes.
Oh, I'm wearing like
Yes.
this because there is a pool. I'm in the. You know what I'm saying?
Not only that, but so I really don't want to say like the entire thing detail by detail because it could take a long time.
Yeah.
But I want to point out that when she was paying,
Mm-hmm.
she unfortunately she paid with a card or something. The card only covered a part of her bill.
Yeah.
And she went to go wait for her coffee, but didn't realize she still owed money. The lady at the counter said, "Hey, you still owe $5 and some change." And she had like some sort of sandwich or something in her hand. And she's like, "Oh, do you want to have this back?" Because she kind of insinuated that she didn't have money to cover it. And the counter lady was like, do you have another card? And she was like, no. And it became really awkward for a moment. And, you know, I listened to everything and I'm like, you know, I jumped in. I'm like, I can pay for that. I got it. I paid for it. I could have easily been a man, even a woman do it. So let's just say I could have easily been like, yeah, I pay for it. I could be really nice with the child. And as I'm exiting, if I was not walking, I could have simply picked up the child and be like, "Hey, where are you going? Do you need a ride? Do you need something? Like hop in my car."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a they're in such a
have some
vulnerable
cash.
they're in
I'll
such
give
a
you cash.
vulnerable
Yeah.
situation where they could easily get taken advantage of.
Get manipulated and taken advantage
For
sure.
those people who are going to say, "Well, she's a child. You shouldn't think of a child that way. You are disgusting for you talking about it or you sexualizing the child." Well, the thing is, me as a mother,
Yeah.
as a young female, if I'm already thinking this way, what makes you think that a man, you know, who has sexual desires won't look at a child that way?
Yeah.
Okay, not every man,
Yeah.
but not every man is in the right mind. Not every
psychos.
woman is in the
Yeah,
right mind. And it happens.
Many
Children get
times.
sexualized. Why do you think, for example, reference the movie Sound of Freedom? Why do you think that movie was even possible?
Yeah.
Because sexual kid trafficking happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sexual abuse
Yeah,
happens.
absolutely, absolutely. And allegedly that Diddy, you know, something to do with young females, or you know what I'm saying? That, you know, so famous people, Epstein, right? There is so many, you know, there is certain people in the White House, we know them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Allegedly they are, you know,
They participate in that kind of stuff.
exactly. And so many people. And again, just recently I've been some you know, Vitaly, that you know, some of his
Oh,
videos
yes.
will be popping out on
Yes.
YouTube. Again, he's the whole entire Kick channel he has
Yeah.
literally going after pedophiles. you know, and he gets so many of them, and I watch a good amount of them, and you can see literally. I feel like anywhere you live, you can skip them. They are with you. Are 24.
100%.
It's like next to the door, cross the street from you, and this. I mean, the crazy part, you just can't. You can't tell.
You can't.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
about a month ago or a month and a half ago, if you remember, I was in shock. Well, not really in shock, but I was surprised. I went on social media, and back in my hometown, one of the high school teachers that I knew that my two best friends had him for physical education, PE. I told you it's like a fitness class.
Yeah.
You know, you have to go inside the locker room, change your clothes, and wear shorts and a shirt.
Yeah.
Everybody does, so you can do exercise.
Yeah.
Well, one of the PE teachers ended up getting arrested because, you know, he was caught having I would say an affair, because he was married, having an affair with a child.
Yeah.
You know. And what was really disgusting is that a lot of the teachers knew, even the principal knew of what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they were part of it or something.
And now they are discovering that this has gone way back when I went to high school. Because, you know, when I went to high school, the school was very brand new. It was barely open. I've been out of high school for almost 10 years now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's it's wild. They're in your schools or in your community center. It could be your child's psychologist, their tutor, their coach. They're everywhere. Especially those kind of people. They really implement themselves where kids are. You know, they surround themselves by kids. Yeah,
exactly. They surround
in order
themselves
to fulfill their needs.
And I'm like I told you, it's a very crazy topic, you know what I'm saying? And we thought about it. Should we talk about it? We had a topic about talking about you know, maps and pedophiles and this and that, you know. But it was like, should we talk about it? But after she saw, you know, you've been thinking about it since then. You're like,
that really shook me. It shook me, guys. Like, I don't want to be like so descriptive and so detailed, because I don't want to be disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's the worst I've ever seen. She might as well be wearing nothing.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing too, when you mentioned, because the guy was on the line between you and the girl, and he heard for sure the conversation that she didn't have enough money to pay, or whatever. And I believe he didn't offer because it's gonna seem wrong, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because,
you know, I didn't think about that.
You know, I just kind of thought about it, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, if I was maybe in that position, probably I wouldn't be able to do it too, because it's because other people will be like, well, he did that, you know what I'm saying? So again, because it's just a weird situation. So I think it's the best way to just stay away out of it, you know what I'm saying?
Because he kept looking down, and until he knew and heard that she moved out of the way, and I was on my way to walk behind him.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you can order. And I'm like, no, it's okay. He's like, and he smiled at me. This time he kind of stood up with his head up high. Yeah. Was like, no, it's okay, you order. And he was kind of like back to normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't so like tucked in.
Yeah, that's crazy. But anyways, if you guys have any kids, sisters, cousins and stuff like that, please protect them. You know, it's your duty to protect them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might fight you. They might call you are a piece of crap and this and that for not allowing them to wear the way how they want. But, you know, you are an adult and you know what is the best for them. You force them to wear a certain things, and especially going outside, you know what I'm saying? Going outside, you have to make sure they are dressed properly. Like a kid should wear, you know, clothes as a kid, not you know, no too much skin showing, no this and that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can protect them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if something happened to them in a young age and they get messed up in the head, and you know what I'm saying, and they can get over it, sometimes they can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It become like a big problem, you know, in their life. And that it's not only for females or little girls, that can be for little boys also, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, protect them, make sure they're dressed properly, you know what I'm saying? And showing certain things or have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there is psychos. That's the real reality we live in. You know what I'm saying? There is people are sick, think this way. They want to do these things to the little children's.
Yeah.
It's your duty to take care of them until,
Yeah.
you know, they are growing. Right.
Yeah. Collectively, we have to protect and take care of the
Yeah,
children.
exactly. And for us too, you know, and literally again, because they were walking close by us, in a way, I think we were paying attention to them. No one like would harm them or
Yeah.
anything, you know what I'm saying? And we were like, well, hopefully they can make it home safe, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, if we're seeing something wrong or someone start approaching them or something like that, literally, we're not going to be, you know, just leave them like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we, you know, I mean, all the children's, it's our children's, it's our
Especially-
responsibility to protect them.
I think some viewers know, especially we live in the city of Las Vegas. Especially in a city like this where there's so much sex trafficking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere, but this is like
The hub.
it's
One
a
of the
hub,
hubs.
you know, it's a hot spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of sex trafficking. It was horrendous.
So anyways, and this is the reason why, you know, we can just start from that when we're going to transition why men objectifying women. Because it's a crazy topic, you know. There is like a war, you know, between man and woman. Oh, why you look at me like that? Why you just see me like, you know, as a subject, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many different opinion and, you know,
Yeah.
things like that. So let me ask you why you might think, or I mean, it's true, like majority of the men, especially I will say the single men, you know, are objectifying women. But why is that?
I think it comes down to the behavior of certain women, not all women, but certain women. It comes down to their behavior. They're easy. They have this like, I don't know. I think they have a problem with like the power dynamic. Like for example, they think, oh, as a man, you know, there's men, majority of them, or an amount of men are players, whatever you want to call them. And, you know, they hop around from woman to woman. And I feel like in this day and age, especially with the feminism movement, women kind of want to switch that power dynamic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they want to take on the role of that, you know? Oh, well, if men can hop from here to here, so can I. You know what I mean? I can wear whatever I want. I can do this. I'm strong. I'm powerful, whatever. So at the end of the day, I feel like men see you as what you project yourself to be, you know, just an object, just a sexual being,
Yeah.
you know, nothing more, because unfortunately they don't offer anything else.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I know it sounds terrible, but
But that's true.
that it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're right. You know, if someone objectifying you from any way, I think because you present yourself like that. If you're presenting yourself as a thief, I'm gonna look at you as a thief, right?
Yeah.
Untrustworthy, right?
Yeah.
If you're presenting yourself as someone respectful, you know, behaving right and everything, I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
If you are, you know, if whatever you show up yourself, you know, whatever the image you giving me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna, you know, go by that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's coming, first of all, it's coming from you, not from somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're presenting yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So when you are representing yourself naked, right? So I think men is gonna look at you naked.
Yeah.
I think, you know, that's the reality of it, you know, and probably your respect it does decrease, you know, crazy, you know, compared to someone maybe wearing conservative, not showing too much and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they know, like, okay, this girl, she look like, you know, she's respectful. She's protecting herself. You know what I'm saying? She want people to know her for who she is.
Yeah.
Instead of another one, it's like, look to my body. You know what I'm saying? So it's two different things, I guess. You know?
Yeah. So, for example, if you are a corn star, right? You dress like a corn star. Nowadays, women tend to dress like that. So what is a corn star? It is an object, essentially. It's meant to do one thing.
Yeah. And
It has a specific job.
certain
So
acts,
if
yeah.
you dress like that, then of course you're going to be objectified because you have one job and that job is that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, you have the freedom to wear whatever you want, but whatever you wear, whatever, it goes for men too. If a man wear, like a homeless, people are gonna treat you like a homeless, right?
You know what they say? If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's a duck.
Exactly. So if you dress always sharp and nice and clean, people respect you. They're like, oh, this guy, maybe he's something. Maybe you are nothing, but just the way how you dress.
Yeah.
It's like it's a photo of you. You know what I'm saying? But if you like, sagging, all this crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
And stinky and stuff like that. You haven't showered for a couple of days or something like that. Your hair is so messy.
Yeah.
Your beard is so messy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
nobody's gonna like that. Nobody's gonna respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the more cleaner you are, the more presentable you look. People give you respect. They like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's just and you haven't even talked or anything
Yeah.
because just the way how you're presenting yourself. It has manners and
Appearance
it has appearance.
and
Yeah.
first impression are everything. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. So when you come in or having a date with somebody first time and you come in a certain way, you know what I'm saying? I think, probably he already had a judgments on you.
Yeah.
And you could begin, maybe you just quote unquote, oh, I just like to wear like this. I'm not that type of girl, right?
Right.
But the way how you dressing, you already give the man a certain judgments on you.
Definitely. Let's say
And let's say even if you're like, well, I'm not that type of blah blah blah. Like the way how you talk to the person, you kind of like, oh, I'm not that type of girl. But the guy, he'd be like, oh, she's just bullshitting. They all
Yeah.
do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Exactly.
It's like let's say for example, me and you. Let's say you invite me on a date and I wear a tight strapless dress. You know what I mean? Cleavage is out. You know what I mean? Short dress. Strappy heels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hair in a bun, so all of my neck and everything is exposed. Cleavage is exposed. You're going to assume that it's okay for you to like sleep with me right away. Why? Because I'm allowing you to see my precious body. It's like, here you go. It's served on a platter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus if I dress very conservatively, long sleeve, long dress, conservatively. I'm not talking, you don't necessarily have to be a hijabi, but if you dress conservatively, you will say, this girl's not easy. I'm going to have to work for it. I'm not going to be able to sleep with her right away.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And a man will respect you a lot more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if he's not serious, probably he'll be like, look, you're going to be just a headache. Let's move on. You know what I'm saying?
Because if that's not what he wants and he doesn't want to work for it, he's going to move on.
Okay, let me ask you this. So let's say there is certain guys that are in relationship with very, very naked partners, you know what I'm saying?
They dress very revealing.
Right, very revealing. And so from their own women's saying, oh, my man like it, love it, we've been married the past 10 years like this, everything is good, everything is happy. So it's a man's fault not being confident in themselves, not allowing their women to dress this way. or you know what I'm saying, that a man, he's a jealous guy, not confident on his own skin, blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying? Or be like, or maybe the women that be impressed by the man not waiting, so you know what I'm saying? So this is like kind of like a controversial things about it. So what do you think, why other men's allowing their women's to wear like that?
My first impression when I see that, I think the man is lacking something. I can't tell you what it is, but my first impression is the man is lacking something. And I'll tell you why. I could be wrong, but this is my opinion.
Yeah.
If the woman is very revealing, they like to show off their women. Look at my woman's cleavage, her behind, whatever. They want to show her off. Show her off, like, look, this is my woman, look at her. That's me, I got that. You know what I mean? You're trying to show off because you're lacking in something else. So you're trying to replace that hole and fill it with your woman. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, actually,
versus a man who has everything and has a beautiful wife. It's like, no, I don't want my woman to be shown off because I respect my woman. She's worth more than that. She's not free, so you can't look at her for free. There's not a price on it, so I can't sell her. There's no price tag. You can't see her, period. It's me and mine only. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, you said it beautifully out there, because when there is like so let's say very limited edition, a certain hypercar or supercar, right? They're gonna make 5 of them or whatever number is, and first of all, when they want to reveal it, they invite only like the top of top maybe customers, you know what I'm saying?
Just a handful of people.
Exactly. And when they do, even when you go a lot of times to go and see it, they don't even allow them to touch it or anything. They put like those
cones,
those little, ropes with the cones and everything. So you're like a couple of feet away from it. When something is precious, right? You protect it much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Even you want to, and this product is for sale. You want to sell it, but still look how much protection, because it's precious and it's very expensive. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you're a woman, very precious and very expensive in your eyes, you should be act the same way. You want to protect her. You don't want a dirty man or dirty woman to look to your girl a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's on you to look at her that way. But again, we come back to a representation. You're representing certain thing. You know what I'm saying? And you can avoid that easily with a certain small of adjustments in your dress. You know what I'm saying? And people will not look to your girl as, like you said, as a corn star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is also, like, I think men who flaunt their women in that way, I think that unfortunately it's because they don't see value in that woman.
Maybe that too.
Because because you know what I mean? Things that are free, it doesn't have much value.
You know what?
So if you're able to see all of me, there's no value in that, because anybody can see it, anybody can touch it.
Yeah.
Versus if you cannot see it.
Wow.
There's value, because you know what? Everybody wants to know what's behind that curtain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You've been dropping some good gems today. I like that. So, no, and I like the part when you said maybe a man, it's lacking something. That's why
it could be. I'm not 100%.
No,
it could be.
I think it's possibly. Sometimes you might see like a very quote unquote, rich guy jacked up. You know what I'm saying? All tatted up and all these things. You know what I'm saying? And all these nice cars or whatever, but his woman wearing crazy stuff, and maybe he's proud of that. But yeah, like you said, I think the people are working hard to show, look at me type of thing. They are lacking certain things and it's hard maybe to overcome it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe because sometimes even they are very successful and stuff like that, they feel like they never still made it.
Yeah.
Because again, we're back to religion. God says when you follow the dunya, which is when you follow life, right? It makes you a slave to it. You know what I'm saying? It makes you slave to it. So even you have all these cars, all these houses, and everything you need, but you still lacking confidence, even if you don't want to say it, maybe, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
still lacking the peace in your heart and your mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just allowing your wife or your girl to wear a certain ways and everybody look at you certain thing, you know what I'm saying? Maybe so basically you become a slave even if you have all these great things around you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You slave, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you never feel satisfied what you have. You're always hungry, you're looking for more, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people might call it, you have this drive, not being humble, not enough for you, because that's, again, it's a God's punishing you, literally never feel satisfied the rest of your life. You're always hungry, you always have that feeling you'll never made it in life.
Yeah.
Instead, someone can have lot less than that and has way more beautiful family, happy to the max, and having all these great things.
So I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about
Let us know
what we talked about? Let us know in the comments. Are we right or are we wrong? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know for sure and see what are you guys' opinion about this subject.
Okay, guys, sorry, we had to take a quick break.
Ibrahim back with us.
Welcome,
Ibrahim. How you doing, Papa? How was your nap? Was good?
Great.
I took like an hour nap.
Was it
to
an
be
hour?
exact?
Yeah, it's like an hour. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Hour and 5.
Anyway, so we were saying about the confidence of of the
Final
guy,
thoughts.
even if he has all this drive or whatever, maybe never satisfied, because again, it's not all success it's equal. You know what I'm saying? Some success can be good and blessed from God,
Yeah.
and some success can be actually a punishment
Yeah.
for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's not everybody wealthy or rich
Yeah.
means something great,
Yeah, I think also a lot of the like a big factor why men allow their women to dress however the woman wants is because of society. Because if you tell the woman what to do, you are being oppressive.
Yeah.
You are being
Big time.
controlling. So I feel like a lot of men have been brainwashed and they're like, well, she can wear whatever she wants, it's on you.
Yeah, and allowing these big companies taking advantage from them, because how they make money, they have they create a product and they sell this dream to a woman. She need to look a certain way, a certain thing, you know what I'm saying, and they call it empowerment, to a woman, when do all this crazy makeup, all these crazy dresses and everything, and it's crazy thing too. A lot of these big companies that selling these very weird looking clothes to women are majority of them owned by men,
Yeah.
because it's kind of like literally like these guys know what they like, right? And the women, and how maybe how is gonna look the most attractive in like a corn star, not like as a wife or something like that. Then they design that and they put very wrong message behind it.
Yeah.
Empowerment, you should do you, girl, blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's the best way to secretly objectify and oppress a woman.
Yeah.
By creating these companies and these clothes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the real oppressor, are these companies that are pushing
These agendas.
this style, this clothes, these garments on these women. And women blindly are following along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thinking that they're liberated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And another thing too, and the cause for a woman to pay is a lot of times not having a family or having a multiple partners. One finish, then even you get married, then someone get tired of you, you get another one. You know what I'm saying? So your relationship never lost it.
Being internally lonely.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And as long you don't dress that way, a man maybe doesn't get closer to you as much and stuff like that. And you got like so addicted to this like a dopamine hit, from a man because, like, oh, you look beautiful, you look this and that. And when you have a dress on respectfully, right? Maybe you're not getting as much of, likes and hearts.
You're not getting the attention that you want.
But
if you wait and you go to the correct places, you're gonna get the attention that you need.
Yeah. And it's like quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the likes or the talks or the conversation you might be start having with people, more quality than quantity. And if you want quantity, you go with the,
Yes. It's kind of like when they say that, I've heard this man talk on a podcast saying that when men go to the club, the dance club, there's always, a different kind of women. But there's always within a group, there's always this beautiful, respectable woman.
Yeah.
And you notice that nobody approaches her. No one approaches her. Everyone overlooks her and approaches the ones that are less ugly, that are dressing a little bit more revealing, that are more loud, quote unquote ratchet.
Yeah.
Because they know that she's not easy. They know that her value is high.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's you have to be in serious mind, to go and approach her. You're like serious about marriage, you this and that, you know what I'm saying? Then you maybe have the mindset or the courage to go and talk to her. And when you have a mindset of just want to go and have fun and play around, yeah, exactly. You've tried to target, easy sheeps, I guess, right?
Yes.
So it's a crazy long topic, but we don't want to make it too long for you guys. So what is some of the advice maybe you can give to women? I don't know, they might hate you for that, but I mean, just say it anyways.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think women need to realize and open their eyes that you have to stop spending money on these garments that are just lace and super cheap and thin, and they're super expensive. You know what I mean? Spend money on something that's gonna make you stand out and internally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something where your outer beauty is not highlighted. Highlight your inner beauty. Then you will find that respectable partner, and or you will be respected and not objectified. If you are being objectified as a woman, I think you have to sit down and kind of think, why am I being objectified? What is my demeanor looking like? What is my personality? You know what I mean? What am I wearing? And try to change that. I don't think that you should fall for what the narrative that, all these companies are trying to push. I think that you need to follow and create your own path and be creative with clothing. There's a lot of beautiful hijabi sisters that dress just really beautifully. You know what I'm saying? And stylish. And that's something that I am in the process of unlearning and learning to get away from the Western agenda.
Yeah, and another thing that I want to add to whatever you were saying is these companies, they don't care for you. They don't care if you're gonna have a family, if you're gonna have a husband, you're gonna have kids, you're gonna have no one. They don't care for you at all. What they care about is to wear their product and spend their money, and that's why they target women more than a man when it comes to clothes and makeup and this and that, because women is just much easy to manipulate in a way to get them do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be married respectfully with your husband and stuff like that, you have to present yourself in the best way of manner. You know what I'm saying? The way how you talk, the way how you dress and everything. But again, the presentation, it starts from outside, then inside, you know?
Yeah.
And and the guys that I want to say, the advice I want to give you guys is take it easy, man. You can't give them no advice, you know. They are, but the advice is when they're gonna see less of that, they're not gonna be acting wild with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why a lot of people, they're like, oh man, when I go to a Muslim countries, I have heard that so many times, you know. It's just hard for me to, like to see them a certain way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But again, when you are doing what you're doing, it's your freedom to do whatever you want. But the outcome always maybe is not what you want.
Don't cry when you have to pay for the price.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wish you guys the best luck. Hopefully you guys learn something. Again, we're not trying to attack the women's or a man or nobody. We want just to kind of like clear the sky maybe, so you guys can see through it. And hopefully you guys learn something. And this is our perspective and our opinion. Anything you want to say?
No, thank you guys. And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And Mr. Ibrahim is right here in the house. Is always blessed to have him in the podcast. In a few months, he will be the new guest in the episodes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys. Peace out. I'll see you guys in another one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. You want to say bye-bye? You want to say
bye-bye? Bye-bye. Say bye-bye to Mima.
I want to say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye, Mima.
Say bye-bye. Hey. Bye-bye.
I love it.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Oh. Do it again. Yeah.
Say bye-bye, Mima.
Say it.
Say see you soon, Mima.